This lesson is about past tenses. Past simple tense is used to refer to something that happened in the past and finished. Things that happened yesterday, last night, last month, last year, 10 minutes ago, and so on. Regular verbs take the ed form. Verbs like ask becomes asked, help, helped, wait, waited, finish, finished, and so on. Irregular verbs do not take the ed form. That's why they are called irregular verbs. Verbs like write becomes wrote, eat, ate, begin, began, see, saw, and so on. Look at my lesson 8 and lesson 8b in my site for a full explanation of irregular verbs. Now, the table below shows some words that are often used to refer to past simple. Here are 4 examples to show you how we use past simple tense. The first one, I watched television last night. They visited their uncle yesterday. We went to Mecca 2 months ago. She saw her mother last week. Notice that the two verbs in the first two sentences end with ed, which are regular verbs, while the two verbs in the remaining two sentences do not take ed. Went and saw. These are irregular verbs. Our next tense is the past continuous tense. What was happening in the past. And this tense is formed by using the verb to be, was, or were, plus the verb, plus the ing form. There are words that are normally used in past continuous sentences, like when, while, as, because. And this tense is normally used with the past tense to show that something happened while something else was happening at the same time. Let's look at this example. While I was sleeping, a thief entered my room. The first tense is in the past continuous tense, while the second one is in the past simple, because the first one shows that there was a continuous action when something suddenly happened. Another example is when we were eating, my father came. The first tense is in the continuous form, that is showing the action of eating being continuous when suddenly my father came. Now, came is in the past simple because it interrupted a continuous action. In this slide, we shall look at past perfect tense, and that is what had happened. When do we use it? Now, we use it to describe a completed action that happened or that had happened before something else in the past. Here is an example for you. Very clear example. My parents had already eaten by the time I got home. Now this means that my parents ate first and then I got home. Now the action that happened before I got home is in the past perfect. Another example, I telephoned Jane at 4:30, but she had already left the office. It means I telephoned her at 4:30 and perhaps she left the office before 4:30. Now that action takes the past perfect form. But if the past actions are close in time or closely connected, the past perfect is not usually used. For example, when he arrived at the hotel, he asked for a room. It means the moment he arrived at the hotel, he asked for the room. There wasn't a big gap of time between the two actions. Now, what about past perfect continuous, which is what had been happening? Now, this past perfect continuous is used to show that there had been something continuous or a repeated action before something else in the past. And we have two examples here for you, right at the bottom of the slide. I was angry when the bus finally came because I had been waiting a long time for it. The second example, they had been talking for an hour before Tony arrived. Now, please read the explanation in Arabic if you want to. Here are some more examples for you to understand the past perfect. The first one, he had been working hard all the day. Second example, Nicole's eyes were red. It was clear she had been crying all night. Now, how to form questions using the past perfect continuous? We simply put had at the beginning and we say, had she been studying hard all day? And the answer is for this is either yes or no. It's a yes or no question. It could be yes she had or no she hadn't. The second one, had they been playing the piano all night? Yes, they had. Now, how do we form negative with the past perfect continuous? We simply add not between had and the past participle verb for verb to be, which is been. So we say, for example, she didn't pass her exam. It was clear she had not been studying hard at all.